Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading I Hate Seeing Fat Parents with Fat Kids. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories. As it's not bad enough that you neglect your own health and compromise your future, you have to go and do it to your child too. It really infuriates me when I see overweight/obese children. I feel so awful for them. It's set up for a life of extreme weight and eating struggles, in many cases. All because mom or dad don't want to buy/prepare healthy food and don't encourage exercise and play. All of the fat kids I knew growing up had obese parents. One of my close friends is overweight, and he has been struggling for the past couple of years to lose weight. She's a young adult. She was an obese child because her mom fed her McDonald's and Little Debbie's all the time and let her sit inside watching TV all day. I remember one time her mom saying, "We don't eat vegetables, we aren't rabbits." She even tells me how much she wishes she grew up with better habits because as an adult, it's so hard to unlearn bad things, and the trauma of being a fat kid will always be with her. To me, it's a form of child neglect to overfeed a child and to feed them junk 24/7. My best friend growing up was fat, and her mom was fat. I went out to eat with them once and ordered a Caesar salad because they're friggin' tasty and no other reason. It was a full meal with breaded chicken and I covered it in cheese and dressing, so it wasn't like super healthy anyway. The mom got pissed and berated me for ordering a salad, said it was rabbit food and that I was wasting her money ordering that instead of real food. And what was I trying to prove? I was like 12. She hated me after that and always tried to make me feel bad. It embarrassed my friend, who would apologize to me later. My mom used to own a small restaurant. She had video slot machines in it, which is pretty common around here. They're supposed to be for entertainment only, but everyone, including my mom, pays out on them. Gambling is huge around here, and some of these restaurants are like mini casinos. No, I don't live in Vegas. Anyway, my mom had this one regular customer who was easily 300 to 350 pounds, who came in every day with their 8-year-old daughter, who was working on a weight problem herself. Well, they would sit in the restaurant from the time the daughter got off school until the restaurant closed at 9. She'd bring toys for her daughter to play while she put money in the slot machines, ordering more food the whole time. Since even an overweight person can only eat so much, she would actually yell at her daughter, "I ordered all this food, you have to eat it or it'll go to waste." So the daughter would sit there literally eating and crying. I've never seen anything sadder in my life. At one point, we found out that she had actually been banned from all the other restaurants in the area because people would come in and leave as soon as they saw her there. So even though she was spending a lot of money there, she was still costing them business. It started happening at my mom's restaurant too. People would come in, see her, and leave. But my mom is very much a real-life Mr. Krabs, so she refused to ban her. After a few years, the business failed for other reasons, although that lady's constant presence was definitely a contributing factor. A few years after that, I saw the lady and her daughter at Walmart. The lady had had a gastric bypass and looked to be around 180 or so, but her now 13-year-old was easily pushing 250. I was civil to her, but I kinda wanted to punch her in the face. Letting or forcing your kids to become overweight is 100% child neglect, and I will never understand why we don't lock people up for this. My stepson is 13 and 5 inches tall, 185 pounds. He's morbidly obese. He stays with his mom right now, and she doesn't cook. She only buys microwavable food for him. His diet is pizza, chicken nuggets, corn dogs, and chips with dip. When he's at our house and we cook, he'd rather starve than eat a vegetable. He complains to my husband all day about how there's nothing to eat. There's always bananas and apples on the counter, and how he hates coming here because we don't feed him. We do feed him, he just refuses to eat what we made. It is sad to see this happen to him. I worked at a cheap grocery store that had a lot of low-income clients, and the amount of fat kids was astounding. I'm a little overweight for my height and age, 5'4", 17 years old, but some of these like 11 to 12-year-olds were heavier than me. There was one kid who couldn't even fully put his arms down because his stomach was so big. It broke my heart, cause like I'm overweight because of my choices. Those kids aren't. And also, they're probably morbidly obese, some of them, and just the thought of future health issues. And naturally, every week, the whole family would come in and get more ding-dongs and Doritos. Yes, thank you for saying this. I became overweight around the age of 6, stayed that way until I ballooned up and became obese at maybe 11 or 12, struggled with unhealthy eating habits throughout my teen years, and spent every single damn day of my life hating my body. Every day. It didn't even feel like the real me. I moved out at 18, reached my highest weight of 220 pounds. I'm 5'6" female. Finally, May 2018, I took initiative, and since then I've lost 80 pounds, got muscle instead. I fell in love with running, hiking, yoga, and the gym, and I finally have an average body type. Still though, I am so desperately upset at all the damage my parents did to me. It goes beyond forcing me to live as the fat kid my whole childhood. They did irreversible damage. My stomach skin has scars on it, I've got loose skin under my arms, on my thighs, etc. My body shape is messed. Currently dealing with some knee pains that I really fear is from my childhood. And this is just the physical damage. Emotionally, I spent so many years of my life thinking I was worthless because I was fat. I never got to be a normal teen, kid, etc. I had to stop playing sports. I felt humiliated whenever I was out in public. I was so shy. I can't express how horrible each and every day was because of my weight. The worst part was, my mom sabotaged any diet attempt I ever had. She, to this day, can't stand how healthy I am. She's so jealous I wear bikinis now and comments on my body all the time. My dad just made fun of me for being overweight, and now he's getting older and he's in the obese category. I begged them for help, but all they bought was meat. I'm veggie now, lol. Ice cream, cookies, and offered zero alternatives. Obviously, I have a lot to work through in using the space to vent, but yes, seeing those obese children makes me unspeakably upset. I totally agree. I don't have fat parents, but they let me eat whenever I wanted and how much I wanted. Of course, I love the greasy fat and sweet stuff. I was lonely too, so eating was my coping mechanism. I never learned how to have a healthy relationship with food, and of course I was, as a fat child, the target for bullying. I am now an adult and lost the weight, but I still have to work on building healthy eating habits. I suffer from alternating EDs, my heart is still broken because of the bullying, I will forever find myself ugly, my body is forever destroyed because of saggy skin, etc. It always hurts my heart seeing overweight children. What they are going through is not temporary. It'll negatively affect them their whole life. I grew up fat. I started this year 100 pounds overweight, and only now, as a 20-year-old, am I finally starting to lose weight. In many ways, I think my upbringing, particularly my mother, set me up for failure. She did have her health in mind. She bought healthy food, we never ate out, and she'd make us exercise to videos every day. Her intentions were probably good, but she was uneducated. She always put a huge emphasis on our weight to an arguably neglectful extent. My sister developed an ED. All my siblings and I still struggle with body image issues. So why did I grow up fat? Again, my mother was poorly educated, and so we were poorly educated. Healthy foods might be better, but since they were healthy, we ate more of them, never paying attention to portion size. My mom used to cook almost all our meals until I took over as family cook at 12. The meals were unimaginative and bland. We cooked like the white family stereotype. Whenever I tried something new, my mother would complain, so the menu never changed for the better. Finally, since my mother forced us to exercise the boring exercise videos made for middle-aged women in the 80s, we grew an aversion to exercise. When I moved out, I started doing my own thing. I bought actually healthy foods instead of frozen whole wheat waffles and the like. I educated myself on portion size and am having a blast finding delicious, healthy recipes. Turns out that I love to cook. At my folks' house, it was a chore, but that's because I had no choice in what and when to cook. I also found out that I loved exercise. I just hate exercise videos and being told what to do, for how long and when. Exercise at my folks' house was always focused on cardio, which is good, but my absolute favorite thing is weightlifting and calisthenics. I started this year at 275 pounds. I am currently at 250-ish and plan on reaching a healthy 170 by my 22nd birthday. I am finally living. And that brings us to the featured Narwhals of the day from our subreddit. Our subreddit is a place to share pictures, ask questions, and get support on your weight loss journey. To join, just open the description below and click the top link. Click Use App, install the Reddit app, create an account, and then click Join once you're at our subreddit. We'd love to have you join us on the subreddit. Once again, the link is below. Totally Not M says, finally hit the 20 kilo mark. It's been tough, especially with body dysmorphia hitting hard lately, but these pictures remind me of the progress every day. Coffee Black says, today is a good day, team. I hit my goal weight of 59 kilos, a total of 30 kilos lost. The picture on the left is me in September 2015 at my heaviest, 89.9 kilos, about a year into adopting healthier habits. Right is me currently. I've gone from a wholly sedentary lifestyle to being highly active most days. Minzy says, I, 21 male, can finally say that I've lost 100 pounds. I started early October 2019, 350 pounds-ish, and weighed in today at 247, another 50 pounds to go. One thing people don't tell you about losing weight is, it doesn't fix your mental health, and when I look in the mirror, I struggle to see a difference. Thanks for sharing Future Narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. Thanks for watching, Narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.